Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Those of you who are new to my channel, I am Mistress Haq. I'm a health and fitness behavior change coach. I work with amazing women from all over the globe, helping them achieve their health and fitness goals from the behavior change perspective, right? Now, today's live is very much around what people don't get coached on, especially when they're embarking on weight loss. A lot of the times, the people who struggle are those who are trying to lose weight, right? Regardless of whether it's a little amount of weight or it's a lot of weight that they need to shift. And these are the preparation of the physiological battles that they're going to face and the psychological battles that they're going to face. Because these battles are often the things that make people stop trying altogether. And subhanAllah, to me, it's amazing that we don't coach people on this, right? And I'm one of those people. I don't know, I've shared this story with a lot of you that when I started my journey over 8 years ago, right? When I became a personal trainer and a nutritionist over 8 years ago, I had my own gym. It was a small gym. And the women that I coached, subhanAllah, they had incredible results, losing 10, 15, 20 kilos in such a short period of time because I was there. I was, giving them nutrition guidance and all of these things, right? And then when I had to move back to England, I had to shift online. So in fact, I actually moved online before online was even a thing. I was coaching people online from 2018 to 2019. That's when I started, before online was even a thing, right? So when I came back to England, the same women who didn't want online coaching, which is fine, right? Few months down the line, they regained all the weight back, and I didn't get it. I'm like, you worked so hard. You worked for over a year to lose 10, 15, 20, 30 kilos, right? It only took 6 months to lose that much weight. But in a couple of months, it all came back. And that's when I started to dig deep into the psychology of it all to try and understand it. Why? Why do we go back to the states that are unhealthy for us, that we are not happy with, right? So easily and so quickly. And this is where the whole psychology of it comes from. So when you're on this journey, you're going to face battles, physiological battles and psychological battles. Now I'm going to break this down for you. The physiological battles that often people experience. By physiological, I mean the changes in your body and how your body handles what you're doing, how your body handles the weight loss that you may kind of be achieving, right? Your body doesn't like it. It really doesn't like it. Our body likes to, our bodies, they like to be comfortable the same way our mind likes to be comfortable, right? There's a certain body fat level that we like to stay at, that it's used to, and it knows exactly, okay, this person consumes this much, this person moves this much. And whenever there's that shift, right, the energy balance equation is really easy to understand. You consume more than what you're burning, you're going to gain weight. You consume less than what you're burning, you're going to lose weight. You consume as much as what you're burning, you're going to maintain your weight. Easy peasy, simple to understand, except it's not static. The equation keeps moving. What you're consuming is going to impact how much you're burning, and how much you're burning is going to impact what you're consuming. So when you're losing weight, this equation is kind of going, the body tries to find a balance, right? And what tends to happen when you're trying to lose weight, right, is you find, okay, you've lost a kilo, you've lost 2 kilos, now you're going in the journey, and suddenly you are so hungry. One of the ways that your body gets you to stop losing weight is by playing around with your hunger hormones. Ghrelin shoots up like nobody's business. And this is one of the reasons why you can find people being really hungry, have this crazy amount of hunger. Right? This is a physiological response. This is the body's mechanism kicking in. And this happens even more when you're only dieting without resistance training, when you're only dieting, right? When you're only dieting without exercising, without resistance training specifically, when you're all focusing is cardio, 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 not only are you losing body fat, you're going to lose muscle mass. Muscle mass is crucial for the body's survival. The body will want to maintain that. Right? So if you're losing it, it's going to ramp up your hunger even more to try and regain all the muscle that you've lost. Now, in the process, what we tend to see is not only do people gain the fat back that they lost, they gain even more. This is why you find people losing, so much amount of, they lose so much weight for, a certain amount of time and then regain double that even, and they're going, oh my God, how did I gain all this weight? Because the strategy was wrong, because you did not understand the physiology. You didn't understand how your body will try to fight back, right? So there are certain things that people who are trying to lose weight need to be coached on, like, hey, how can you ensure you manage your hunger in this process, because you'll get hungrier? How are you going to ensure you're actually losing body fat, right? And maintaining as much muscle mass as you can, because maintaining muscle mass is going to help you regulate your hunger better. It's going to help you maintain that loss better. Does that make sense? So there's a lot of changes physiologically that happen when you're trying to lose weight. There's a lot more than that, but I can't get into details on here. This is what I coach Fishatsi athletes on. And this is why you may find the stories that I share is that they're so confident in their journeys, because they understand these things. They know how to play around them because they are coached on them. Okay. Another battle that people face is psychological battle that, again, people don't get coached on, and here's the thing. The habits that you have right now are the habits that you've built over time, the habits that you're used to, from the time you eat, from what you eat, what you have your tea with, what time you have your tea, what do you snack on in front of the telly, what do you do when you're eating, how fast do you eat, how slow do you eat, right? How do you manage portion sizes, the stretching of your stomach, and all of these things. Okay, some of these are physiological, but a lot of these are psychological, right? The body is highly adaptable. Now, when it comes to psychological, a lot of it is how you deal with life, how you deal with boredom, how you deal with stress, how you deal with anxiety, how you deal with discomfort, right? How you deal when you fight with your partner, how you deal when the kids are screaming, how you deal when you're tired, how you handle all those things, or how we handle all those things are habitual, right? And when we don't know how to handle them in a way that is actually healthy for us, majority of us handle it by, we look at food for it, don't we? And if you're someone who was on the journey before, you start and stop and start and stop. Try to think about, what are the times that made me stop? What are the times that made me stop? Often it's when your life got busy. Often it's when your life got stressful. Often is when, your kids get sick and all of these things, when you got emotional, when you got tired, right? Often it's through the stresses of life. Right. So we're kind of going, okay, you know what? I can handle trying to be healthy and doing this thing. So I'm just going to stop now, because, I'm just going to, I need comfort right now. I don't want to have to put effort in being healthy. I just want the tub of ice cream. I just want that whole cake, because right now I'm feeling emotional. I need to just eat to feel better. Or another habit that we have, again, is also psychological, and we're not aware of this. You go in the kitchen, there's a cookie. Oh, cookie. It's a cake. Oh, I'm bored. I'm just going to go watch TV and grab this packet of cookies, right? Again, boredom. I see boredom as a huge thing that makes people overeat without even realizing it. And the fact of the matter is a lot of us do it without even realizing it. So there's psychological battles that we need to face. Oh, the biggest one that is really interesting is when I have, when they're starting out and they're starting to kind of, I'm eating my vegetables, I'm eating my protein, I'm feeling good, I'm energetic, but the weight hasn't shifted. Why is the weight hasn't shifted? This is not working for me. And they stop and they give up. Because at that point in mind, because of their history of trying all of those things and not succeeding, their mind is going, see, you're doing it again. You're just going to fail like the way you failed the last 10 times. Why are you bothering? Why are you going through this process? Just give up already. It's not going to work. Even though this person feels amazing, even though she knows she's eating her fruits and her vegetables and her protein, and she feels amazing and she's moving more, just because the scale has not shifted, she's allowing her mindset to mess about with her. She's allowing her thoughts to put doubt in her. And as a result, she stops altogether. I see this all the time, right? Not realizing it is by being consistent with these things, the weight loss will happen anyway. Weight loss is always a byproduct. That's what we don't get. Weight loss is always a byproduct of doing the basics consistently. That's it. Of moving, of exercising, of eating your veggies, of eating your fruits, of eating your carbs, of eating your protein, right? Of sleeping well. You do these things consistently, there is no way you're not losing weight. But the problem is we allow our mindset to build doubt in us. Because we allow the library of evidence of the past, right? Of failures. We allow our past to impact our current decisions and our futures. We allow them to stop us from doing all these things that we're already doing amazing, right? We allow ourselves to go, it's not going to work. How is it not going to work? Just stick with it. Right? So there's a huge psychological battle that happens when you're on this journey, because you're human with experiences. And when you don't know how to deal with your past experiences, when you allow your past experiences to dictate your present experience and your present decisions and your present choices, that's when you get into trouble. Because what it does is going to stop you from doing what you're doing, even if what you're doing is all the right stuff. But just because the scale hasn't moved, you're believing you're thinking and you're stopping altogether. And this is why people start and stop and start and stop and start and stop. And this is where coaching can absolutely be crucial, because now you have somebody else's voice in your head saying, Yusra, hey, come back here. Don't believe those thoughts. Just because it didn't work before, it doesn't mean it's not going to work again. Your coach reminds you of all the things you're doing right, because often we are not good at remembering the things that we are doing right. Like you can do everything perfectly, but if you do one thing wrong, that's the one thing you cannot get hung up on, right? It's the one thing that you think about. Or example, you can have 100 people compliment you positively, but you have one person give you a negative compliment. Oh my days, that's the only compliment you're going to remember, right? We all do it. So by having a coach, right, a coach serves as an extra voice outside your own that reminds you of how well you're doing and guides you. Continue to draw the map as you're on the journey, because through the journey is where growth happens, not at the end. It's through the journey. And having someone walk alongside you is absolutely key, because your psychology will battle against you. Your physiology will battle against you. And unfortunately, with the current of social media, everybody is a nutritionist with no qualifications, no expertise, right? So many of us end up with disordered eating because of the information that we get from social media, because of the poor coaching that we get. We end up demonizing food, labeling food, impacting our relationship with food, and all sorts of stuff. Why? Because, well, people don't know any better. because people don't understand what happens to our body's physiology and how our body's going to respond to that, to our journey, and how, when what happens psychologically, and how our mindset is going to fight us, because we are creatures of habit. We like doing things that we are used to, even if it's making us unhealthy. We like comfort, even when we're uncomfortable in that comfort, right? So the reason I'm sharing this with you is because if you don't understand this, and if you don't tackle these two things in your journey, then you'll forever be starting and stopping and starting and stopping and starting and stopping, unfortunately, which absolutely sucks. So if you're someone who's been trying to be healthy, trying to be fit, trying to lose weight, especially if you're going through perimenopause or menopause, these are the most challenging periods of a woman's life because of hormonal shifts. A lot of things are going to happen. If you're struggling, let's have a conversation, because a journey doesn't have to be that hard. You just have to know how to tackle it, and how one person tackles it is very different to how the next person tackles it, because we are all unique. We are all unique in our experiences. We're all unique in our goals. We're all unique in our wants and needs and our stages of life and chapters in life. Okay, that's it from me. I hope this lands, inshallah. I'll talk to you soon. Assalamu alaikum.